Team Sacrifice. Cruddy Crankers. We crank Joe, overflow. Let me show you how it's done. All pro. We homegrown, listening to go-go. And if you don't got crank, oh no. Fresh polo and phone posits. I know you hate to do, but you can't stop it. Be around the best, and I learned a lot. Been on a few gigs, and they still high. They still got that real hip-hop. Still consistent, no flip-flop. Swag drip dry, grind specialist. You get that top shelf shit, nothing less. PG County is where I be. Sacrifice bubbling all through DC, DMV. I represent it all. They can't stop us, so I'ma ball till I fall. We crank Joe, we crank Joe. Crank Joe, and we gotta get it. We crank Joe, we crank Joe. We that premium gas, you that unleaded. We crank Joe, we crank Joe. We crank Joe, and we gotta get it. We crank Joe, we crank Joe. We that premium gas, you that unleaded.
Where your thing chatty? Heard you had stacks. Come get a whiff, you can't resist the sad low at a time. I hypnotize tracks since they had 8 tracks. You see these lips, well that's my whip. I got that comeback, I got that yes man, just like no bitch can. That shit that crank that they just passed on to the next man. I got that crank crud, I call it crud rock. I guarantees that when I scream I leave the soul shock. Go tell your whole block, cause it's that plain and simple. I got the city pride, you see me cupping on my nipple. I'm rapping DC, and I'm that gutter mother. You find me cranking Southside with my cruddy brothers. See, it's supposed to bubble, so gonna pop the cork. And then again, well I'ma sing, so gonna get the fork. Oh, what the hell you thought? Me not your average chick. Now talk this, I'm sick, I'm just a nigga with tits.
We crank Joe, we crank Joe, we crank Joe, and we gotta get it. We crank Joe, we crank Joe. We that premium gas, you that unleaded. We crank Joe, we crank Joe, we crank Joe, and we gotta get it. We crank Joe, we crank Joe. We that premium gas, you that unleaded.
I'm a lyrical entity, spit my bars religiously, whip your ass over my beat. So please don't ever steal from me. My tracks cost the same as a kid about a coca-leaf. Is my product legit? No problem shipping overseas. A lot of people wish they could elevate over me, but I'm too good at what I do. I define overachieve. A headache for these niggas, no form of relief, no Tylenol 3, Advil or relief. See what I got in my sleeve. High caliber beats from Mr. Hotter Than Heat, Mr. Live Indeed. I rock with the beat, ain't no stopping me, please. My music feel good like tropical heat. I'm the bop for the beat, I'm the dot for the I and the cross for your T. You might want it, but not with me. We ain't on the same plane. Check your topography, please. Cause if you don't, you fuck around and find your bitch ass sleep.
We crank Joe, we crank Joe, we crank Joe, and we gotta get it. We crank Joe, we crank Joe. We that premium gas, you that unleaded. We crank Joe, we crank Joe, we crank Joe, and we gotta get it. We crank Joe, we crank Joe. We that premium gas, you that unleaded.
TNT.
Niggas like my bitches, bitches hate my guns. Prosecutor say I'm crazy, judge didn't give me bond. If I ever had no paper, I had to go and get me some. The goal is to come up before my time run out and there's no more fun. Niggas like my bitches, bitches hate my guns. Prosecutor say I'm crazy, judge didn't give me bond. If I ever had no paper, I had to go and get me some. The goal is to come up before my time run out and there's no more fun. All of my bitches about money. All of my bitches, they love me. We don't be kissing and hugging. We be planning a mission to hustle. Put a bitch on the track. She don't like me when I have the strap. When I been up for days and don't got no more patience, everybody could get whacked. Image of me with a jacket, stuck in the room that is lined with the pad, and left at a brood on the past that was tragic. Been diagnosed but don't think it's a factor. I won't go back to jail cause I've had it. Want no more papers cause niggas is plastic. Might stand on business but still can get savage. And if I'm stepping, no discipline magic. I'm lit, ayy. This shit made me one cup of brick, ayy. Cop a brick and then make that bitch flip, ayy. Stack it all up and then I'll go legit, ayy. Go legit, ayy. Hold up, wait a minute, Modo, make a business. Hold up, wait a minute, Modo, make a business. Hold up, wait a minute, Modo, make a business. Hold up, wait a minute, Modo, make a business. Niggas like my bitches, bitches hate my guns. Prosecutor say I'm crazy, judge didn't give me bond. If I ever had no paper, I had to go and get me some. The goal is to come up before my time run out and there's no more fun. Niggas like my bitches, bitches hate my guns. Prosecutor say I'm crazy, judge didn't give me bond. If I ever had no paper, I had to go and get me some. The goal is to come up before my time run out and there's no more fun. Gemini,
Rap TNT, nigga. TNT, nigga.
for real.
Real, and powerful, and sound.
That's good. Hey man, y'all right here.
Welcome. We are back. We are back here again, right? Thank you for everyone joining me here on TSL, where we are the entire DMV. We're the voice of the entire DMV, right? So yes, that does include Baltimore, and yes, that does include Washington, D.C. as well, right? I am your host. I am your pilot, the dude A.O., and we have a special guest for you today. He is a visitor, so we will be showing him that good DMV love. Make sure you guys show him that. But before we bring him up, salute to Rip Radio, and also salute to the good Trump. We have the good Trump, right? Salute for having us back here again, right? Feel like we've been gone for a minute, right? But we are back. Right? Okay, so all right. Last week, I was outside last week. Again, I've been outside in these streets lately, you know what I'm saying? So last week went to a
DJ Coalition. I think that's what they call themselves. DJ Coalition. They had their eighth year anniversary, I believe. That's what that was. You know, they had a nice little get together. You know, performances. You know, they gave out some trophies to some DJs. You know, that's okay. Let me say this. So before I say this, let me complete this. Shout out to two of our TSL alumni. You know, Ariella Effortless. You know, she did the damn thing. She performed. She did the damn thing. And Lady Duchess, another one. Like two superstars, right? So I definitely got to see them perform for the first time, and they surpassed everything I expected, right? I already knew there was a superstar, but you know, hearing someone, hearing their music, and seeing them perform live is two different things, right? It's just two different things, right? You know, it's not a lot of people who can master both and also bring that shock value that, you know, it's a lot, right? It's a lot, right? So, there's only a few special ones that can do that, right? And both of them definitely can do it. Like they definitely can do it, right? Okay. Yes. So salute. Okay. So, up and coming artists. Let me say this before I bring our guest on. It is extremely important for you to invest in yourself, right? Let me say it again. It is extremely important for you to invest in yourself. And what does that mean? That means spending money to making your brand better, right? You cannot do it for free. Right? You have to look at it like any other business, right? Any other business, it takes money to get it off the ground, and it takes even more money to get it, you know, off that first level, right? You have to invest. There's no ways around it, right? There's no ways around it. And this is the exact same thing. You have to remember, okay, being an artist, entrepreneur, you know, it's expensive. It's going to cost, right? Let's just say from an artist point of view, it costs quality, right? So you have two lanes, right? But it's still going to cost. It's either you pay for quality, right? You seek someone who's already at the top of their game. You partner with that person, right? Then you guys split whatever comes from that relationship, right? That is awesome, right? That is awesome. That can work. Not to say that this other side won't work, but both work, right? Both work. Now, that's one lane. Two, once again, you still going to spend some money. You buy the equipment yourself, right? Put yourself through all courses, all training, all seminars, whatever it is, right? You need to spend money again, still, either way you go, right? But at least on this side, you're doing everything yourself, and you don't really have to. You can cut out a lot of expenses. You can cut out, you know, paying for a producer, buying a beat. Like you can do a lot of things. And if you really get funky with it, you can even start mixing. Like it's just a lot. Like it's just this. There's no ceiling for when you go that route, right? It just takes patience, takes more money, dedication, training, right? It takes a lot of things to get you in that position. But when you are in that position, everything clicks, right? You have your own studio. Like it's just top tier. That's next level, right? So those are two angles for up and coming artists. But you have to invest in a DJ. you have to invest in a DJ. A DJ is probably one of your most important tool in the toolbox. Like the DJ is going to be in spaces that you won't be in, right? A DJ might do 2 or 3 shows a night, right? So that's 2 or 3 different places they can be playing you. Like it's just, you have to invest in a DJ, pay him whatever his price is, right? Eventually, once you get into a good space and he see that you serious and he's serious, you guys will work something else out. But whatever it is, invest in a DJ, right? So that's the only thing I can say about that, right? So, okay. All right. So let me get off my soapbox. Okay. Good Trump. Let's bring in the guest, please, sir. There you go. There you go. What's good, fam?
What's good? What's going on, everybody?
Yes. I know you wanted me to do it, but it's just better when nobody can tell your story, right? It sounds more authentic, when it comes from the source, right? So let me break it down this way. Please introduce yourself to the family, sir.
My name is Gemini For Real. I'm a songwriter, entrepreneur, artist. Originally from Atlanta, living in Florida right now. Got connections all across. I mean, right now I've got I just released an EP, Homeless and Handsome Volume 1. It's on all digital stores everywhere. You guys can go check it out. I mean,
Yes, sir. We definitely going to get into all that, right? So let's do it like this. Let's slow cook it, right? Let's slow cook it. Okay, so the name, where did the name come from?
Gemini. Well, I am a Gemini, and at the time there was another artist with Gemini in his name, and I didn't even want no kind of mix up to be in the situation. So I titled it different. So it's Gemini, but it's spelled like a gem in your eye, and it kind of spoke to that underdog spirit. A lot of times, people will be that gem, but you just got to brush them off a little bit, or knock some of them rough edges off of them, and they'll be smooth again.
And when you spelt it like that, damn, like mentally you was already thinking that's how you want to do it, like gem, and like that's exactly how you put it
Well,
together.
everything got to have a purpose, and initially there was no purpose to that. Well, there was a purpose, but there was no rhyme or reason to things, and the name that I was going by sounded like a bootleg superhero. So I had a smart young lady around me at the time, and she was like, "Yeah, maybe you should rebrand and go with a different name." So I explored a couple different options, and that was one of them that I think stuck out the most.
Dope. Like that's definitely so unique. And then what made you tag the For Real at the end?
Oh man, shit. I mean, excuse me. There's a lot of, I don't know. There's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of facades, and sometimes the things that are the ugliest are what people connect with the most. So For Real just seemed like something that For Real and Get are two things that I've always said. I'll be like dead serious. And so For Real seemed like a perfect ad lib to kind of brand around me as an artist.
Dope. Definitely one of a kind. Like you definitely won't forget, even then, because it forces you to go past the name, because it's the story, it's spelled different. Like it's just a whole, like it's just a whole bunch of angles that you can go from just a name,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that's dope. Okay,
And,
all right.
and then everybody's also getting woke and stuff like that. So there's other aspects when you're looking at the eye section. It could be referring to the third eye and all different types of
Yeah,
things. So I leave some interpretations up to the person. You know what I'm saying?
that's a fact.
It's serious in the art.
And that's one of those secret codes. If you know, you know. If you don't, then you don't, and it's okay. That's dope. That's dope. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So who made you want to rap?
I don't know. That's a difficult question. I guess it's not really difficult. It's kind of weird. Okay, so there was a guy that I was cool with when I was a little jit, and my mom, she would always have us in church trying to keep us out of trouble and stuff like that. So the dude, he cut hair in the neighborhood. And he rapped real good. He's passed these little mixtapes out and stuff. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear.
Oh yeah, he used to pass these little mixtapes around and stuff. And at one point he kind of separated from the church. And this one dude that was always cool with him, I used to ask him, say, "Hey, how he learn how to rap like that?" He said he learned that from me. So me and him started talking and chopping it up, and he used to, explain to me the structure of songs and how my listening to a song that makes me, tap my foot or bob my shoulder is actually a little deeper than that. And then the dude that I was referring to that used to cut hair turned out to be VIC doing Get Silly and Wobble With It. That was
Okay.
had knew at some point. My phone ringing.
Okay. So when you first was rapping, when you first started, did you already have your voice, your sound, like in the beginning, or did you have to learn that later on?
You asked that question, the last part of that question, I missed the last part.
I said when you first started, like that process you just told us when you started rapping, right? So in the beginning phase, did you already have your style, or did you have to learn that later on?
Oh, absolutely not. I had to learn about music as a whole, man. There was a time when I was a kid that I could honestly say that I didn't know any secular music. Like I was always around, and even like the rap that I did hear was, like gospel gangsters or something like that. And so I didn't really get a lot of exposure to other music until probably in, my early teenage, like 12, 11, 12 type of deal. And once I did, I think one of the first ones was Usher, there was Diddy, there was DMX, there was a bunch of stuff floating. And then, that kind of branched off to all the stuff that was blowing up at the time in Atlanta.
So you was already in Atlanta at that time?
Yeah, I'm born and raised from Atlanta.
Okay. So when did you move to Florida?
When I moved to Florida, well, there's been twice I moved to Florida actually. The first time was a long while ago, probably about 2010 or 11 or something like that. And some shit happened. I got locked up, and then I ended up going somewhere else. But I ended up coming back here probably about almost 4 years ago, 3.5, almost 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a situation in Atlanta right now, so I'm just, I'm down in Florida trying to just stay out of trouble.
Right. I totally understand that.
So while that's been ongoing for the last 3 or 4 years, because we have such an amazing justice system. I'm down here building. So.
When did you start realizing you was starting to get nice with it?
Well, shoot, from the first moment I really wanted to take it serious back in 2010, I used to freestyle a lot around friends. We were young. We used to smoke weed and all of that, and rapping, and people are looking at me like, man, you kind of putting some stuff together there. You need to make a song. And I used to brush it off, and then eventually got to the point where my baby mama was saying the same thing at the same time, and so I started listening to everybody. I said, okay, I went off to myself and wrote a little song. There was no beat to it. There was nothing. It was literally just me beating on my chest, and I think I rapped it to a couple of friends of ours and went about our business and didn't see them for about 3 weeks. Next time I run into them, they're like, man, what was rap that song again? That thing was stuck in our head. I'm like, how a song that's got a hook and a verse and that's about it, and no beat, me beating on my chest got stuck in your head. The moment stuff started getting a little.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what do you remember about the first time you was actually recording in the studio? What do you remember about that?
Let me see.
The very first time.
The very, very first time recording in the studio.
Hmm?
I don't even think the first time recording in the studio was in the studio. I think it was with a little mini laptop.
Hmm?
Who was this? Was this in Charleston? I think this was on not Ashley Phosphate. Dang, what's the other one? Remount Road. I think it's Remount Road. It's Remount Road over there somewhere, and it was somebody I knew over there. I ain't even gonna go into all that, but we was on the side of his house, a bunch of us, and it was late night. They had a little laptop. They was holding it up. One person had a headphones plugged up and little microphone on the headphone set. We sitting there rapping through it. That was probably the first time recorded.
Okay, so now first time in a big studio.
First time in the big studio actually was me kind of trying to bogart my way into Patchwork. And that wasn't the first time in the professional studio. Yes, it was. Me trying to bogart into Patchwork. I thought I could kind of, sometimes you get in your head thinking like maybe if I walk around like I'm supposed to be here, people will mistake me for somebody being here.
Right.
it didn't work out. But after that, the next professional studio was a guy by the name of Dylan. He had a studio called Paperboy Studios in Atlanta, down in 5 Points, in Little 5 Points. And so I went over there and recorded a little skate ring track. That one hasn't even been released yet. Y'all eventually will hear it.
Wow. So both locations that you've been at, how is the indie music scene there? Do they have like open mic showcases, things like that?
In Jacksonville? Yeah, Jacksonville's got a lit situation here. Now, as far as the open mics are concerned, I wouldn't know about that. I stopped doing open mics a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I recognized it wasn't right for me and my brand. It just, and budget wise, sometimes some people can do stuff that other people just can't sustain, and it doesn't actually give them any kind of return on that money. So, like you were saying, you got to spend money on yourself to make your money back, to get that exposure, that attention that you want to monetize or convert. But at the same time, you got to pay attention to how long is it taking you to get that dollar back.
You know what? I'm kind of glad you went in that direction, right? Let's talk about them open mics, right? Let's talk about, right? Because what the purpose of it is for is not what end up happening, right? It's supposed to be for artists to come on there, practice, train, what I'm saying, bring their crowd, just pretty much training, But like you say, you leave so empty. Now, don't get me wrong, you still on a high from performing, right? So that's they got you on one side because you still on that high, right? But the thing is, I can see it's one thing if you went into the situation not spending anything, and then you at the end you guys can worry about breaking it up at that point. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right. But if you go in the situation spending money, you perform, and then you leave and
nothing happens, and you're looking like, well, okay, you do that a couple of times, you start looking at the trend and you start asking yourself. I agree with you. I do agree with you that the concept, the point of open mics should be exposure, should be artist development, should be connection and networking. And I think that if more people in the music industry had an altruistic, what's the word? A good heart about stuff, they'll, things will be a little different. People will actually be like, okay, boom, we're going to give them a real platform that can really rocket them off somewhere, more than just the American Idol, more than just the Voice, more than just competition that gets you on for a second, but you really singing songs that we own, and at the end of the day, you left on your ass. I think that people would kill for even that situation. But a lot of times, the independent artist ends up funding a cycle. kind of like those people that used to put up the videos of a lot of money, and then they'd have a bunch of captions saying, send me $500 on Cash App, and I'll send you back 5,000. And you seeing all of that money, and you thinking, oh man, I'm gonna come up. But in actuality, the money they showing you is money they getting from other people thinking just like you.
Yep.
So, and that's how the open mics are. People end up having that hunger and that passion to go out there and perform their art and give a piece of themselves to the world, and at the expense of their time and their pockets and what it took to make that money. And thinking that there's going to be some kind of opportunity on the back end that they'll figure out, because nobody has really shown a system that's mapped out how to go from a nobody to somebody. And maybe this can be the first time somebody shows you and documents what happens.
And that's the alley right there, right? I'm thinking, okay, that was the reason back in the 90s, in early 2000s. That was the reason. Right now in this digital era, you really don't need that. You really don't need that middleman to get yourself popping. What I'm saying? You can get yourself popping.
I wouldn't say you do. I wouldn't say you do at all. I agree with that.
So then people like yourself, or another artist that's at that next level, those are the ones that should be throwing situations together, because it's whatever you don't like from the open mic, you can include it in your online situation, whatever you have going on.
Right.
So it's much more,
or even duplicated, but actually with the real purpose behind what it was designed for, or what it should have been designed for.
Yes, and now you have also traffic currency, right? That you get to your page, right? And from that, then you can send them to your web. Now you can do so many things with the traffic. So you can also it's just so many things now that that can be done.
And again, I'm dropping Easter eggs on what's going to happen. There's an e-course on the back end, long down the line. Obviously, documenting exactly what we're talking about here, what I'm doing. Since 2010, wanting to start and making a real song to now, all of the things that I have learned, I've understood, I've figured out through trial and error. I'm going to help a whole bunch of artists shortcut, bypass all of that. Don't put your $300 into an open mic slot where some major DJ is going to be there, because all that's going to happen is you're going to be in a room full of other people trying to get their music heard, not a bunch of people trying to listen to your music.
Yes.
And then that major DJ or that major celebrity or that business person is going to show up in the last 10 minutes and say, man, it was so good to see all of these independent artists with this passion coming out and doing their thing. Y'all keep at it. Everything's going to come up for you. Keep on pushing. And he's going to walk out. And at the end of the day, you're looking like, okay, is this the end of the event? They flipping the lights on. You don't know. He just walked out with 10 bands in his pocket just for getting on the mic for 2 seconds. And you done paid the showrunner all this money, all of y'all in that room, $300 a pop. For him to have money in his pocket and 10 bands to pay the celebrity walkthrough. No.
So okay. So let's say, and you're right, because previously those open mics be a room full of artists, right? And we artists, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, now don't get me wrong. And when you in a situation like that, you're supposed to exchange information, right? Because at a certain point, you guys might be exchanging value. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might need
absolutely.
You never know, right?
So those events are needed.
Yes. But what waters it down is when you have the promoter and all those people, when they kind of make it feel kind of like
a money grab.
Yes,
because it is. if they stop pursuing the issue at how do we get the artists involved in the show feeling like it's exclusive while also taking care of some of the back end costs, and they don't pursue past that to and then also give some benefit to the artist, then it is a cash grab. If there are no regular people in the room and there's no promotion mechanism for the average person that's a listener to come to this same event where this open mic aspect is involved, and if there's no publicists and booking agents and A&Rs in the room as well that have been invited out, then it's a have done situation that is essentially a facade for a money grab.
So how do we fix it?
Caring enough. Because I think there is too many people believing that hiding knowledge is the way to come up in the world. I think that's one avenue. But I think there's also another avenue that is completely comprised of giving knowledge away to people. Now, again, there are people out there that are not going to hear, they're not going to see, they're not going to pay attention. You're going to drop your pearls of wisdom, and they're going to fall right there with the pigs. But at the end of the day, the people that's going to pick it up, that's who it was for in the first place. We ain't got to worry about trying to shut it off from other people's ears.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. That's a fact. Fact, right? Yes. Okay. All right. So let's.
Hold us ahead, so volume one.
Because you know what? Because I can keep going in this lane, you know. But I definitely want to talk about some music. Let's talk about some music, right? Okay. NBG, right? Let's talk about some NBG, right? Okay. All right. First and foremost, who made the beat?
The beat was actually okay. So the beat was an idea by me, but the execution of that quality was my cousin, Fresh. Fresh is a beast. When I tell you somebody who knows he's good but don't even really know how good he is, you could shut the lights off and this man would be click, 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 and 20 seconds later cut the lights on. He didn't put a whole hit together. You're like, dang, he's cold with it. Fresh is actually, where is Fresh from? I think is he from Alexandria? I think Fresh might be from Alexandria.
Virginia.
Yeah, but he lived down here now. I used to know a couple of people in the DMV.
Okay.
I mean, I still got a couple of cousins in the DMV or whatnot. Shout out Catherine, shout out Leslie, shout out Elizabeth, shout out all y'all. Everybody, Lisa. Listen, I ain't gonna remember everybody right now, but matter of fact, I went to college with a dude. I don't know how many people know him, but my homeboy Stan, he actually introduced me to an artist that's up there now. I don't know if dude remember me, but we was actually hanging together at my college homecoming, A&P. Dude named Phil Ade.
Yep. Yeah. Yes.
So he was cool. He was definitely cool. I don't know where he lives now or whatever, but I see he's still going up on the music side. He did a little mix with the Ghetto Love Story and that other joint, Hello Stranger was cold. Yeah. But NBG, my cousin made that. I sent him a reference track because a lot of times I keep little beat ideas and song ideas on my phone or my person or on the piece of paper, whatever the case may be, in my wallet, whatever. And I hit him up. I said, hey, can you make something that got this kind of cadence that elevates, do this, then the third, and then throw your sauce on it? He said, yeah, I'll make something up. So he made something up, and he said, yeah, everything's good. Meet me at the studio. So he lives here now. He doesn't live in Virginia anymore. He lives here now. His wife is from here, so he got married and moved down here. But he had a studio on Arlington, and I went over there, and he played the beat for me. And I was like, this shit cold. He said, well, hold on, I got something else. And he hit play on another track, and it was the same hit pattern that I had sent him, but it was a completely different beat. And I said, man, shit, I like both of them. He said, which one you want? I said, I told you, I like both of them. I looked at him, he looked at me, and I said, how long is sicko mode? He said, say less. And we started clicking.
All right. So that beat, so when he gave it to you, what did you do next? Like, did you already, are you an artist that hear the beat, then start writing? Did you already have raps? Are you trying to fit it in the beat?
No, hell, I mean, I ain't gonna say to each his own, and maybe some situations fit different you know ways to do stuff. But in that regard, no, I heard the beat, the reference kicks were in my head for a month and a half before I even told my cousin about it. The reference kicks that I had, that all that stuff. So I was like, I know he can probably pull the technical side off because I can put the a beat together, like, cause I made the beat for 36 Flavors. I can put a beat together, but I don't consider myself a beatmaker. So I sent it to him. He came back with 2 songs. I said, okay, sickle mode ain't that long, so let's mesh these together and we'll put a little breakdown in the middle so it's changing and put the bridge right there, and that way it'll be a smooth transition between 2 sides. And when I'm listening to it, all I'm doing is this right here. I'm doing this little lean with it right here, and I'm thinking about that dude in that one song in that video. I can't remember, but so I was listening to it. I'm thinking all I'm thinking about is the car, GTO, gas size oil. So I thought about MBG. This is gun. I just put real stuff in there, because I've been in situations where a lot of times you get hate off a nigga because he like your girl or he like the girls that's around you. So, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like my bitches. And a lot of the women, a lot of times they want to be in that they want the roughneck or the bad boy. But in that street life, if something really go down, they be the main one scared as hell. Like, oh shit, this you crazier than I thought. I thought this wasn't like the movies. This wasn't like a Kubrick movie. So hold on, I might have to take this shit inside, man. Start storming out idiots. Hold on.
You got it.
Hold on. I don't know. You see if you just see me.
You had a nice view, though. Definitely had a nice view.
Oh yeah. But hold on. Let me see where I'm gonna put this at. Cause I got shit everywhere. It ain't even like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll do this right here then. I got you. Hold up. Well, that'll work. All right.
Yes, sir. NBG, right? G.
Yes, sir. So like I said, the what's the name itself was a song. He I sent him the reference track, and we meshed them together. And at the end of the day, when I got on it, I was like thinking about GTO, came up with MBG, and yeah. So I just started talking about real stuff. Dudes that hate on you because of your girl or the women that's around you. The women they really don't like guns like that. So bitches hate my guns. And then, like I said, I'm already fighting a situation right now in Georgia. So, at the end of the day, I was like, shit, prosecutor say I'm crazy because that's really what she said. Like, Judge, I don't know about giving this nigga bond. So that's how, Judge didn't give me no bond because I'm sitting there. I really haven't. And people don't think about it. Yeah, then you got situations where you really don't got no bond, FTA, whatever the case may be. And then you got situations where you got a bond, but the bond is so fucking high. What's the use? It might as well have no bond.
Right. It's fact.
You ransom the vehicle, So, and it sometimes take a while and take a persistent mind to keep pushing the issue until you can maybe get a bond reduction 2 times, 3 times, and get it somewhere where maybe you can finesse or finagle or persuade or you know what I'm saying, or promise I spoke, oh God, I'm a, and somebody sign on the dotted line, maybe they'll help you out. I don't know.
So
sometimes really take it. Go ahead.
So in that situation right there, can you still be creative?
In what? In jail or institution?
Yeah, like in that whole setup.
Sometimes you can. It's a different. People say no because there's a blockage and it's the cinder blocks and things of that nature. And I would agree that sometimes it is difficult, but I think it just depends. It depends on what you're drawn from, and I think that there is a different energy that you're drawn from. If you're in that kind of headspace, because I'll be honest with you, I click in that kind of headspace anytime, and I'm not gonna have to click in that kind of headspace because of that situation ever again. But
Right. So, okay, all right. So, back to MBG, right? Okay. So you got the beat, you You got the beat. So let's slow cook this. So you got the beat, right? So what did you write first? The hook?
Yeah. The song lives in the hook. The hook doesn't tell you what is that beat? Oh, that's my phone alarm going on. The hook doesn't tell the song what it should be about. The song tells the hook what it should be about. So when I'm listening to something, I might not even understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. You know, and like for instance, one time I was listening to a track, and the only thing that kept popping in my head is like a merry-go. Made a whole song about a merry-go-round and made it as a metaphor for karma coming back on your ass. So sometimes it's just, I believe it is kind of like what Pharrell be talking about when he say there's a ether out there that everybody's drawing from, and you might get the idea first, but if you don't capitalize on it, somebody else gonna have your idea.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I saw that early on. Because I was the one that came up with Snoop Gum, and the next thing I know, they came out with it. I was about 6 at the time. I was like,
right. So with MBG, what vibe was you on there? Like, cause like what was you on?
At the time, shit. At the time, really what I'm on now, but kind of on a lower level. It's way more intense now. At the time, though, it was a lot going on. I was my grandmother's passed now, but at the time, and she I say that she raised me because I lived with her for several different years and several different periods in my life. But between her and my mother and shit like that. But at the time, she had the flu or corona or something like that. There was a lot of that going on. I had just got into my first apartment since being out of jail, and it wasn't like my first apartment to be in it, but the first mine in my name, because I came straight out into a rehab, halfway house, all type of other shit, and kind of moved that shit up. So in the last 3 or 4 years, I've really gone. In the last 3 or 4 years, I've really gone from in a way, I ain't gonna say shit to sugar, but shit to slither, maybe. I'm still, but it's a focus thing, man. It is. And with MBG, that mindset had to translate into the song as well. Because everything about my music, if we map out even just the songs in Homeless to Handsome Volume 1, Choose is a song about mental manifestation and choosing what kind of reality you want. And then you've got 36 Flavors, like, hey, I everybody don't have the same story. Everybody don't have the same cards that they dealt out the deck. But at the same time, your story is your story. And if this is the way you got to take lemons and make lemonade, and go ahead and have all the options, 36 flavors. Mm-hmm. And then you turn around and Get Busy is the first version of an activation song. I'm telling niggas get busy, like for real. But at the same time, while you getting busy, and if you decide to go that route, don't get stuck because it is a trap. All of these are like if you had to classify the redemption arc as some kind of drop the wisdom in there, because we're gonna bump, we're gonna enjoy ourselves, we're gonna have laughs, have struggles, have pains, and back and forth as a community, as a group. But at the same time, if we're not growing, then what's the purpose? It's empty entertainment. It's like empty calories.
That's the fact. Did you write the whole song right then and there? Like you was locked in like that?
Yeah, I just I said, I think I was vacuuming or something. I was listening to the beat after my cousin made it, probably like the next day, and I was deep cleaning my house because every now and then I do a deep clean. If I feel like life is getting a little too overwhelming, the first thing I do is I restructure and clean up my physical space so that my mind can be less cluttered. Mm-hmm. So boom, I'm vacuuming and I'm listening to it. I got this big ass speaker. Boom, 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 and I'm like, and it'll be the sounds, it'll be the cadences and what you feeling. And I'm sitting there vacuuming, but again, remember the first time I heard it, I was already doing that little. Oh, you know what? I remember where it's from. It's I think it was a fat dude in like a green outfit in Fujiano video. He was doing it right there, and that's how I felt when I was listening to the beat. So when I'm sitting there vacuuming, that movement come back. So that sound cadence popped in my head. So next thing I'm thinking about the case because I ain't heard nothing from my lawyer in a while, and I done hit him up looking for a situation trying to figure out what's going on. And basically we just kind of whatever. But and I guess that kind of just got me thinking about that. So I'm sitting there talking about prosecutors say I'm crazy. And then I'm thinking about Boosie's song. They say they don't crazy. And I don't know, just all my real life stuff be coming out. So it's like I don't duplicate or mimic anybody, but I've listened to lots of stuff. And at the same time, when I hear something that I like, the first thing that I think about is how this beat makes me feel. How does it vibe? What is the beat telling me it needs to be about? And I think that's where the match comes from with the lyrics that I come up with and the beats that they partner with.
So when you when you recorded that song, right, on the playback, so you listening to the song after you recorded it, did you know that was one of them ones?
Oh man, I knew it was one of those ones for me, but that's how I really feel about anything. And it's not. I know that's not true. I don't feel that way about anything. That's how I really feel about anything that accomplishes the goal. And that quiet goal that the listener doesn't see is getting what I hear up here out here as accurately as possible. Because sometimes you can come up with something up here and try to put it together, and it just don't. It's something off. But yeah, that was one of the ones where it was like, and really, to be honest with you, there's the behind the scenes footage on my Instagram page. And anybody who's not following me already at Gemini for Real, that's at GEMNEYE, the number 4 real. That's Gemini like a gem in your eye, that flashy rap guy. But yeah, so on my page there's behind the scenes footage where I'm actually listening to it back for the first time, and it was I'm processing the quality of the work. I'm processing where we're at. I'm processing that there's actually video going on, but I'm forgetting about the video of being taken of me actually reacting to this, and I'm just thinking like, dang, this got some smooth appeal to it. I like this is pimping. I just wanted to throw my pinky up.
You and you ain't lying. Like that song is like a gumbo pot because you have a lot of different styles on, like, you know what I'm saying, mixed in it, like, you know, and it's actually dope. It's actually dope. So dope song, dope.
I'd love to do some music with some artists up there. Like I said, I know that Phil Ade is doing his thing up there. I remember. It's been a while now. I remember listening to a lot of go-go music. You know, I was listening to stuff like the 07 Roger beat, and I was listening to the New Impressions, Move Your Body. That was my joint. I think, and then who was it? Was it TCB or TOB had the one with Erykah Badu on it?
TCB.
It was, yeah. It's been a long time though, but I've listened to a lot of things, so that I do find, and I play 4 instruments, so I can find grooves and little lanes that other people miss, and I'm like, that you don't hear that right there.
And you know what, the main reason for my platform, right? Like we were talking about the open mics, right? So what pretty much I did was I had to move to Miami, right? So I lived in Miami for like 6 years, right? So I had to learn how to play offense. I had to learn how to play offense because, you know, living in the trenches, like you can only play defense. Like you got to keep your head on the swivel. You can only play defense, right? So, but once I moved to Miami, you know what I'm saying, things slowed down and I got to, you know, play some offense, and the creativity is in the offense, right? That's when you can relax. And
it's in the moment when you can sit back and look at what already happened, what you just struggled through.
Yes, right. So and a lot of smiling and happiness come from the offensive side, right? Defense is more like you got to keep a certain demeanor playing defense, right? It's just, it is what it is, right? So, but pretty much is when it comes to the open mics, to me, the best part of it was the networking. It was a networking, you know. A lot of people didn't use it because a lot of people was rapping early then leaving, right? We call it rap and roll. They was doing a lot of that, but it was other artists who stayed for the whole entire thing, and all you was doing was exchanging numbers. So I'm like, okay, so now the media was popping. So what I do now is, like you said, if you would like to a DMV artist, that's easy now. You know, now is sending information your way, like, yeah, check this DMV artist, this rapper, this singer, like, you know, now it's easy, and we can focus on the networking part. Like, the networking part is the most important part. That's what I think, right? So
for me, I think when it came to the open mics, I think, like I said, the ideal situation would have been if there was a mix in the room, because there has to be some kind of movers and shakers and decision makers that are actually looking to change somebody's life. And I don't think that's an aspect that's in most open mic situations. Right. Now, at the same time, I hear what you're saying as far as the networking, and I agree with that. I also think that there's a lot of, sometimes you can get in the wrong circles or wrong rooms where the mindset is too closed off, and those same people are more inclined to hold on to their resources rather than share because they feel like you're competition. But in those open mic situations, my study came more into play when watching other people perform, watching what they did, watching what they didn't do, watching how they got the crowd to engage, watching what happened when they didn't do it right, and trying to figure out what fit me best as a person. Because nobody wants to hear a good song or see a bad visual, whether it's a song in a music video. And definitely nobody wants to hear a song that they're considering liking. They don't know quite yet. And then they see the artist perform and they're standing there.
Right.
You know.
That's why it's definitely needed in that training ground. Like, you know, like new artists, like they need that just because, like you said, you get to work on different things. You get to add things, subtract things. It's just, you know, it's just a tool that, you know, that unfortunately got corrupted with politics, you know, but the core essence is still beautiful. It's still a beautiful thing. Still pure, very pure, right? Okay. All right. So today, what motivates you to do music today?
What motivates me to do music today? Actually, you know, it's my why. And I don't know what kind of listeners or who's going to be hearing this, but hey, like I said, I'm all about building and growing. My why is what keeps me motivated, and I think that everybody has to have a very strong why, because I don't know when this is going to pop off. Notice I said I don't know when, not if ever. I said I don't know when, because the only thing that brands someone as a failure is quitting. I ain't got no quit in me. So at the end of the day, whether it's 10 years, 20 years, whatever the case may be, I don't really care. Y'all gonna I don't know who it was, but I heard an artist say, he said, "You're gonna like me or log off." So, you know, and it's not even just that, it's just the simple fact that there has been time and there has been energy and resources put into this and strategy put into this. And the reason why is because, you know, I feel like I have something to say. I feel like I have something to say from a place that other people can relate to. And that's the core entity of the song 36 Flavors. You know, that one, I think that one crossed over 100,000 views within the first month, maybe. It's now probably just under 200K. And we haven't even really put a big push behind any of the music yet. We're just still in the release phase. And then we still got the second volume of Homeless and Handsome EP coming out right behind this last release. So there's some stuff to come. So stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned. I promise you. All of y'all that are tired of listening to the crazy music, it's cool. It was cool when you heard it, but now you're tired of it. You need something to bite on because you're tired of the marshmallows. You need something with substance. Just wait. I got you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Since you had brought it up earlier, is it choose, right?
Yes, sir.
Choose, right? And that's on the what's that? The Homeless to Handsome Volume 1 or Volume 2? Volume 1?
Volume 1, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Volume 2 it hasn't been released yet.
Okay. So first of all, where did that name come from? That's kind of a strong name.
I was, you know, I think I was at the time I was homeless. In fact, I've been through a lot, man. I've been up, I've been down, I've been left and right. But at the time I was homeless, and I was listening to an argument between some young ladies, and they were talking. It was at a I don't know if it's a coffee shop or something. They were just living their lives, having no idea that I'm sitting over there, somebody, that was going through what I was going through, and it wasn't for them to know. But at the same time, I'm listening to them have a really passionate discussion about whether Lil Wayne is attractive or not. And the core argument was, if he was broke, wouldn't nobody look at him? All them tattoos on the face. I don't know. I'm a dude. I'm not engaging that, but I'm listening to what they're saying, and I'm thinking, that makes a lot of sense because, in the current state that I was in at the time, I don't know what I looked like. If I went to the mirror, I could have been, mangled and don't look like I'm cleanly shaven. I could have had a smell on me. Who knows? But at the time, nobody would gave me the time of day, even though not all of it, but some of the mental was still there. Some of the person was still there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, there's a level that resources, there's a level of respect that resources, a base level of respect that resources can give you. And when you don't have it, it is what it is.
What kept you so in that state right there, right? So definitely it was all defense. It was all defense at that state, right? So
it still is, because we're talking about the why, right? My why is my kids. My kids are, at some point my kids are gonna go off to college. At some point my kids are gonna be young adults. And I know how I was in my 20s. There were times that I was straight. There was times that I was hard hitting. There was times that I needed my parents, and I'm like, hey, listen, can you Western Union me? Can you cash at me? Can you whatever the case may be? If I expect that out of my two kids, not because I want them to be in the same situation, just because I'm being practical, I'm also looking at the fact that my parents at the same time are getting up in age, and the only sibling in close proximity to handle the parents is me. And currently, I somebody might argue with me, but I feel like the parent that's better suited for this stage of my kid's life would be me. So my why right now is to make sure that every talent, every skill, everything that I have access within me to, that I explore and maximize to its fullest potential before I leave this earth. I don't want to lay in that ground and be looking up at the sky talking about I wish I could have did.
And it's brilliant that you turned that around and you put it as the title for your project. That's dope. That's brilliant.
Matter of fact, if you really want to know, I forgot about that. So the album art, right? If you're looking at the album art, it looks like me. And there's an image of me on multiple different sides, squared off and all that. And you got Homeless to Handsome Volume 1 like that. But that image actually is a real image. It's not drawn. It's not anything. It was edited a little bit with a cell phone, years ago to look like it had some extra color and pop. But that's a real picture of me homeless, getting ready to smoke a cigarette on the 16th floor wet bar of the W Hotel in Atlanta. And I snuck in there to that floor. And if anybody's been in the W, there's key fob access everywhere. You can't even get on the elevator and go to certain floors without your room key fob tapping. So I just happened to be doing what I said, like walking around like I was supposed to be there, and I felt like chilling out. And I had just made a little sale because I had a little thing on me, and at the time I needed some money. And like I said, I was in a bind. I was homeless, but I still had protection. But this was one of the situations where I had to let go of the protection all together because I really needed the bread. So boom, I had a friend of mine or a dude I knew at the time put something together at the W. I met the dude in the stairwell and whoop whoop. And after that shit, I had a little bit of bread on me, and there was no real reason for me to leave the comforts of the W at that time. So I just kind of walked around like I was supposed to be there, and ended up on the elevator with a white couple, and they was in bathing suits going up to the 16th floor. And I had already, I'm very observant, so walking in to the hotel, I had already read signs looking, and I seen 16th floor wet bar, while I'm walking in, just happened to catalog stuff. And when they said they're going to the wet bar, I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to 16 too. And that made them think that I already was there. So boom, they went right on with me, let me out the elevator. I'm sitting over there. That picture is in the corner. It's overlooking the city of Atlanta. And I'm getting ready to smoke a cigarette, and I'm dead homeless, like dead homeless. The only money I got in my pocket was the money I just made from selling that, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what? That's the real stories. Those are details that only someone who's been through it can tell it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people who just be talking a lot of bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we can tell. We can tell. We just don't say nothing, but we can tell. Like, you know, so it's always authentic when it comes from the source. Definitely, definitely, right? So, so and even at that stage, see, that's all defense. Defense is protection. Like, you know, like so when did you I don't even know how you even had some like time to like how did you get to the offensive part, like to get creative? You wanted this now.
I'm still playing defense. I've learned how to juggle better.
See, defense don't never leave. Defense don't never leave. But if you only play defense, that's not healthy.
Yeah.
That's not healthy.
Because you burn bridges and you alienate people, you get paranoid, things of that nature. So I kind of start evaluating things, people and things on a face value. And like I said, and obviously I'm gonna keep on going back to the EP, Homeless and Handsome Volume 1. Check it out if you haven't listened. It's all about that. You know, we're talking about mental manifestation and how real situations can become something. I'm talking about the being homeless and going to the W. What did I say? I said back in it again. Niggas see me, you know, I'm in the wind. Roll myself. I don't even know friends. Still a fight, want to fight like I'm sipping the gin. Miracles like Jesus, but what would you do? Might be homeless in the streets, posted at the W or the High Regency, doing what I want to do, still promoting by myself like I'm rolling with a crew. And it's like I'm telling real stories. Yeah, I might be doing it in a you know a very hypnotic cadence and with some good beats, but that's me. You know what I'm saying? You go to 36 Flavor, same thing. I'm talking about dreams of myself so other people can start thinking about what they envision for their future. I had a dream of me when I got old, walking dressed in a pea coat with eyes that could stare through your soul. But my shoulders didn't carry your load. I had my chest out, then got all the stress out. Got my bread right so I couldn't get left out. Fuck with my funds and the niggas gonna find out. Niggas don't fight no more, they just pull guns out. You go to get busy, same thing. And that's talking about a whole lot of shit. Mainly a lot of my life running around in Gwinnett County and Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Atlanta. You know that. You know, I roll around in a chick Cadillac. She's from New Jersey. I just meet her, but I got what she like, and she don't want. She ain't worried about driving. I'm in the Cadillac, till the windows roll around like it's mine. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff goes in the music. Not because I'm glorifying anything, because that needs to be stated. We're not glorifying any negative thing, because what I want for my black people is growth. I want my black people to stop bleeding. I want my black people to wake up. I want specifically all of the enslaved black people of Libya to be free. So even if I got to find a way to meet up with or become dang on New Age Moses, let's do that. But there's a lot of things I want to do, and I don't want nothing but strength and progress for my black people. Now, but at the same time, I still got to protect myself from the ignorant niggas that we still got today.
That's a fact. These NPCs out here. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. That is a fact, right? So, and that's where, you know, like I said, when you go into spaces where you are, I won't say 100% comfortable, but you are comfortable enough to be creative. Mm-hmm. You know, that's really when you think, you start smiling more. You start thinking of a business. You know, you start thinking bigger.
I think for me it's a little bit different. If you don't, let me explain why. I don't know if you've ever heard of Eric Thomas. The speaker Eric Thomas.
Familiar.
Maybe not. But one thing he talks about is if you're in pain, don't give up. You already in pain, get a reward from it. So I guess for me, it's like the creativity. If it leaves when you're not comfortable, then what was in the music in the first place? Because you know there's got to be. I think life is especially with this life as an entrepreneur and an artist of this music. You know, you got to balance between that music career, putting out yourself, marketing yourself, creating the art, making sure it's quality. working the jobs, the 9 to 5s, to put money in your pocket to pay for the recordings, to pay for the mastering, to pay for the distribution, to make sure that you put it out to people just to see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a hell of a trade off. And if you don't respect it, then you're gonna get what you get. But
and that's why a lot of people quit, because it takes a while for you to reap the rewards. You know, it's not one of those get rich quick type situations. It's definitely not that.
And it takes a while to reap the rewards once you know how to do the shit. Keep in mind, this entire project, this A Homeless and Handsome EP Volume 1 started literally three and a half years ago. Now, there are ideas and songs that have been, working in the subconscious for years, but the actual process of this particular release started 3 to 4 years ago. And it takes that long just to get it to the beginning stages before the pre-push.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
Like I said, I hope that everybody gets something from the music. Because at the end of the day, like I said, even MBG, however provocative I may be coming from, whatever place of provocativity I'm coming from on that song, when I'm talking about niggas and bitches and guns and women on the track and me actually not having patience when I've stayed up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 days and being willing to pull a pistol on my best friend and not even recognize who he is until somebody tell me the next day after I done actually got with. Talking about those stories is not to glorify it. So to make sure that that's understood, there's also a switch up where I'm like, hold up, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We need to focus on going legit if we make those decisions. We got to go down those paths, or if we choose those paths. Sometimes people don't have to go; they choose those paths because they think it's a shortcut to China, and really you just dug a big ass hole.
But if you can go back, right, and change one thing, what would you think?
If I could go back and change one thing.
One thing. If anything.
I mean, some of the things that I've done to people, maybe. Life experience is not necessarily. I've tried to be a good person, but I don't necessarily think I'm that great of a person. I've done a lot of fucked up shit, and I'm trying to do better and make it. But probably stuff that wasn't warranted. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't all the way Malcolm and I ain't all the way Martin, but at the same time,
right.
But at the same time, I just I don't really regret life experiences because even the ones that were painful to me, you can't get growth without pain. Pushing in weights, it's gonna hurt. When you walking up that trail, it's gonna that with that little gut pain, you're gonna get that little pain right there when you ain't drinking enough water. It's all kinds of stuff gonna be painful while you're trying to grow in that area. So I don't shy away from it. I don't like it, but I don't shy away from it. I a lot of times I seek it out because I know that that's what I need to be prepared for the type of lifestyle that I'm gonna need to have and sustain to take care of both my young adult children and my elderly parents.
How about as an artist or entrepreneur, right? Is it the same method applied to that?
As far as
same topic.
Just the methodical nature of getting it done. Yeah, because you gotta, and that's what I like. My sister and my son. We've had it was 2 separate conversations, but my sister was the first conversation. She called me and said, "Hey, I'm thinking of doing such and such such. What do you think I should do?" I said, "Well, do you really want to do it?" She said, "Well, I mean, I really do, but I don't know how long it's going to take." I said, "That's why I asked you right there. If that's still a question in your mind, you don't really want to do it that bad. Because if you really wanted to do it, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take. You're going to get it done. You don't even care anymore how long it's going to take. I'm just going to keep on doing it until it gets done."
Right.
And then you hear these stories to back up that thought process. And all of the same people that counsel against that thought process are the ones that are living the mediocre lives. But you hear the stories of Oprah struggling with well, I don't know if I can say that without getting sued, but it was something that she was struggling with. There was a video about it. I could just screw up from the internet, but it gave me hope a long time ago. But She was struggling with something, and she still made it. She was worth $2.8 billion at the time I found out. You got, people like dang on Robert Downey Jr. and people like Samuel L. Jackson and people like Morgan Freeman, all these people that do stuff really big, and they don't necessarily be connected to being young, being attractive, or being already from a successful family. Sometimes it's just your time, and if it's your time, it's because you are prepared for the opportunity. That's all luck is. People be sitting there looking like, oh, he an overnight success. Suburb Baby. They talking about here overnight success. I've been watching Suburb Baby for a long time. Watching them talk mess, talk crap, and be cussing up a storm like, yeah, look at this ugly nigga funny, boy. And now everybody looking at him like, oh, he's an overnight success. No, Buddy been grinding. That's not that phone. That's the other phone. Buddy been grinding.
Right.
For a minute. A lot of people do. Behind the scenes. Jordan been doing the same thing. With the one that be throwing his glasses. He was grinding. And then when you sit back, you pay attention. I don't want to be a person that in 10 years from now be like, oh, I remember seeing him on YouTube. I don't want to be a person that's still in the same spot. I've actually been in situations, been in a trap, and watched niggas at the time when my mind wasn't prepared for what I needed to be doing at the time. Shit, I've watched niggas get out of jail and be sleeping on somebody's floor at the hotel room. And I'm one of the people that got a hotel room, so I'm looking at Buddy like, man, it's crazy. But not laughing at him, but in my mind still feeling like I'm still a little bit better than him. And then watch him month after month after month after 1 year. And he the man in the streets while I'm still in the same, just having a hotel room type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's when you really start having to change your mind and get some reward out of the pain. And the only way to do that is to find some kind of organization and make lists or something. And I actually was doing, that sounds crazy as hell, but I actually was making lists in the trap. I would be like, I wake up like, man, today I need to get, this, that, and third. I need to get that. I need to make sure that this is paid off. So let me go ahead and do this. I'm carrying this around on me so I don't get distracted. Because my girl at the time might be a loopy bitch. And she might say some shit to get me off track. Or, next thing you know, I was supposed to go to the grocery store to pick this up because we got to make sure we got to wash clothes because and you done got me off track over here on Pleasantdale Road. Forgetting I'm supposed to be doing such and such and such. By the time I remember, it's closed or something. For the whole day up. Because I went outside without a plan.
What's next for you, my guy? What's the next goal for you to hit?
Well, like I said, this is the pre-push of Homeless and Handsome Volume 1. We got tools out there. We got 36 flavors. We got Get Busy. We got MBG, Clean MBG, Explicit MBG, the visuals, the official music video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Right now, after right now we got the e-store open. I believe it's only open for the next 4 days. So if you know about the e-store, we got some merch from the first EP. It's exclusive merch. Only a couple of people gonna be able to get it. It's a short window. Like I said, we only got 4 more days for the e-store to be up. You can go up there, get you a hoodie. I've got my hoodie already. I know a couple of people that got their shirts, their mugs, their tote bags. A lot of people done hit me up about different things. So if you haven't got your stuff now and you already supporting the movement, that's a good way to support and keep it going. This money doesn't go into my pocket so I can go live a lavish lifestyle. As you see, I'm recording outside. I'm moving with microphones myself. Like bruh said, like the dude 80 said, man, listen, you got to learn how to do a lot of stuff yourself to make stuff look professional. And especially if you look like us, you got to be 2 times as good to get half as far. So
that's a fact. Like, complaining is not an option. Like, At
all. Because, what am I complaining for?
Right.
Ain't nothing gonna change about me complaining. I got to figure out a way by hook or by crook to make this thing happen. You are not gonna beat me or defeat me. And I'm like radio, bro. I do not settle. I had a lady. Her mama actually was talking to me. This was back when I was a big drinker, and Heineken was my beer of choice. She seen me drinking the beer. She's like, "You just got our word, baby." I said, "Yeah." She was from Charleston. She had that Gucci talk. You just got our word, baby. I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Well, what you drinking that right there? What is that?" I think it's a Bud Ice, a Bud something. She said, "Is that what you like to drink?" I said, "No, ma'am. I like to drink Heineken." She said, "Well, why aren't you drinking Heineken?" I said, "Because it's a little expensive. I just got paid. I don't really want to spend a whole lot of money on something." She said, "Baby, if you like Heineken, then you pick you a Heineken." And ever since then, I ain't never thought no different. And then you pair that with radio, watching that movie about a real dude. and seeing him in that diner. I don't know if that really happened or not, but I take stuff from everywhere. The dude, an old dude, told me you can learn stuff from a cat if you watch it long enough. But I was watching the movie and I see Radio. He's sitting at the diner. He done finished his food. Lady come over to him and say, "Hey, we got some pie. What kind you want?" I forget the flavors. It was blueberry, apple, whatever. And he said, "We got blueberry, apple. Which one you want?" And he said, "I want both." And coach told me something. No, she said, "Which one do you want? Blueberry, apple?" He said, "I want both, coach. I want both." He said, "Okay, we're gonna get you both." So with those two philosophies in my head, I don't settle for nothing. I don't take no L's. I don't settle for nothing. If it looks like I'm gonna take an L, I'm gonna find a way to get around that wall, over it, through it, under it, whatever. There's a way.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You gotta make it happen one way or the other. One way or the other, right? Any means necessary. So yeah.
So like I said, what's to come is the Homeless to Handsome Volume 2. That's on the way. You're gonna get to listen to songs like Not That. You're gonna hear one of our favorites, Tables. That one actually came about behind the wall as well, Tables. Because things, I won't give you too much about Tables, but I was initially going back and forth to jail, and I'd make a little money on the street, and then I'd have to leave it all, go to jail, and be broke in jail, then get out broke, and have to be looking like, And after a while, I said, "Man, I'm not going to keep doing that." So if I ever got in a situation and I started doing this, where I ended up realizing, boom, I'm about to have to take off, and they ain't gonna let me, get my bag or whatever the case may be. Boom, I knew in there at that moment. It's time to start getting everybody's phone number out of my phone, getting all of the emails I can get from whoever knows people. Just get the numbers from people who know a bunch of people so I can get all their emails. I need to be on that kiosk every time they got wrecked. Come on, put $10, $20 on my books and just don't even eat nothing. Don't eat nothing. Eat nothing but what they serving. All that nasty stuff. So that way I get out with a check. And people looking like, "Damn, then you just get out? How'd you even get over here? You didn't even call us, tell us you needed a ride." "Oh no, I paid the dude and hit some scratch off. And they looking like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, that was what Tables was, because it's like, yeah, I ain't in the same shoes that I used to be in. The tables have turned. So you're gonna hear songs like Not That. You're gonna hear songs like Tables. On that one, you're also gonna hear another one of my favorites, Corona. That was a banger for real. And then we're gonna end that one up with Him Not Him. So y'all got a lot of good stuff coming, a lot of good stuff in store. Just stay tuned. And if you know somebody that needs to be in tune, get them in tune. Bring them on.
So yeah, I got maybe 2 more questions for you, my guy. I won't take too much of your time. I really appreciate this, my guy.
Absolutely.
So, music, right? So I know a lot of older artists, feel away if they can still do music, right? But the thing is, I look at it different, and the reason that we are drawn to music is, I think, being in the hood, you already come out there with PTSD, right? You already come out there with PTSD. So for us, music is our therapy, right? It don't matter. There's no age to it. There's no limit to it. It's just music is what makes us happy, right? So is that the same for yourself? Is music therapy for you as well?
Absolutely. Music is therapeutic. I can't even tell y'all too much. There's a track that y'all are gonna get to hear. I'm not even tell y'all the name. Doesn't even matter because we ain't there yet. But yeah, absolutely. It helps me get stuff out because I think that in my mind, that is where music kind of derived from. People in situations feeling like they were unheard, feeling like they didn't have a voice, and for anybody like myself who's lived a lot of their life feeling like that, this is the best way, especially if you've got something to say. There's only 3 different mindsets in the world, in my opinion. It's the broke person mindset, a middle class mindset, and the wealthy person mindset. The broke person mindset is talking about nothing about people, just all people. And you heard about people. You heard about John. Man, I can't believe they're doing such a thing. Talking about people. The middle class person, that mindset, where they want to have the nice things. They don't necessarily need to figure out a way to own it as long as they can service the payments. Them people right there are the ones that's talking about life events. Oh, so and so's retiring, and yeah, I heard Becky died, and Judy's having a baby. They talking about life events. But the people that are wealthy and the people that are destined to be wealthy are talking about ideas, talking about ways to impact their community, ways to take care of their families, ways to change the trajectory of their own legacy. And that's what I'm striving for. That's why I say legacy loading. Because right now, y'all are witnessing my legacy loading.
Definitely a superstar, my guy. You are definitely a superstar. Where can the people find you to support you and all that good stuff?
Y'all, right now, I'm mainly on Instagram, and that's where I'm going to be. If you want to see me on TikTok, you can still find me on TikTok. You got a promo page there. Just look up Rap CNT 1111. And that's everything. That's the record label Rap CNT for real and powerful sound. You'll hear that tag in all of my music. But if you go to YouTube, the same thing. Raps RAPSENT 1111 1111. You'll find all of the YouTube music and playlists scattered away, however you want to look at it. And on Instagram, if you want to reach out to me, if you want to follow the journey as new music gets released before the major pushes, then you definitely want to be in tune with my Instagram. It's at Gemini for real. That is at symbol GEMNEYE, the number 4 real, like a gem in your eye. Let's go.
Yes, and they can see that. That's at the bottom of your screen. That is his link right there. So yes, make sure you guys go support him. If you're trying to link, feature, work with, just always remember it is exchanging value for value, right? And
absolutely.
You should never go into a situation where it's just one-sided, right? It is I should be helping you, and most times you shouldn't even ask for anything in return. Just do it just because it hits your heart, and let that person choose how they respond.
And these will be the bridges that'll be blessings in the future. So I appreciate you for giving me this opportunity as well.
Absolutely, man. We are definitely locked in now, my guy. So whenever I see your material, I definitely will be liking it, sharing it, commenting, all that. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to get like a fraternity. Fraternity. We can work together somehow.
Absolutely, 100%. Because now I got a reason to come up there. Absolutely.
That's a fact.
When I get up there, I want to see what shirt you bought.
Let's do it. Say less. And I definitely I'm definitely going back to Florida.
Okay.
Back. Don't know when, but I'm definitely going back. So definitely love Florida.
You want to visit Miami?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I lived in Miami.
I've never been to Miami.
Man, so Miami, Fort Lauderdale, that's my area right there. So, yes, sir. So I really appreciate you, my guy. We're gonna do this again. Be locked in. So, like I said, you definitely gonna be seeing and hearing a lot from me. So keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm definitely a supporter.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Team sacrifice. It's the dude. DC Scorpio, the hustlers. 3 hours sleep, yo. Now it's time to wake up. Tossing and turning, got hot tracks to bake up. Like the Grim Reaper, I'm up all night. You catching Z's, I'm getting my shit tight. You on the ground level, me, I'm taking flight. 747, the dude's out of sight. You Glass Joe niggas swearing up with Iron Mike. Always down the squad, now we're back to making money. Please don't sleep, Mom Dukes ain't raised no dummy. We gorillas over here, show no fear. On to the next, no need to get vexed. Backyard wrestling, putting niggas in the suplex. All day grind, sweet smoke keep me fine. Still old school and match the Alpine. Rubber band to keep that in ceramic. We keep the blazed up so these dudes can't handle it. Get down or lay down. You there.
Wake up. Wake up, National Flowly in the building. Wake up, Sacrifice entertainment in the building. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah. DC Scorpio in the building. We in the building, nigga. Wake up. I'm on the protein, bro. National Flow League. I get green. That's how they know me. I spit rap like crack and the fiends all owe me. See, this rap got fans need to put up their hands and show me. They understand this the hustle, man. Turn $1 to $1,000. A plan to keep getting money in your hand. Fuck what they saying. Only money can make your life expand, grow, hand-to-hand combat till you get the dough. I'm in the nation's capital, Mr. First Flow, and I'm asking y'all, what the fuck you doing with the dough? They say the money spent, I pay taxes, and these niggas don't represent DC. They say they wanna leave, cause the future is what they don't see. Y'all better get with the National Flow League. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, yeah. I said, wake up, come on, wake up. National Flow League in the building. Wake up, wake up. Been sleep too long. Sacrifice entertainment. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You been sleep too long. DC Scorpio is in the building. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah. National Flow